Alright, so here's my review of LEGO DC Superheroes Justice League vs. Bizarro League. And yes, I know I'm using the issue. I'm not using a LEGO cover of whatever sorts. I just kind of threw something on here because it's not really about the image, it's more about the review. Anyway, so first off, the title, Justice League vs. Bizarro League. Yeah, there's no fighting between the Justice League and Bizarro League. It's more like the Justice League and Bizarro League team up. So yeah, the title's incredibly misleading, but Bizarro is a main focus on here. But he or the Bizarro League aren't really villains in this movie, in this little short. Having said that, though, I really did like this. There's some nice little jokes here. It's entertaining, and I really like the previous LEGO movie. In the DC universe with Batman Beleaguered. I really like that one as well. And this one's pretty fun as well. So the story is mostly focusing on Superman and his relationship with how he feels about Bizarro. Bizarro plays a major part in here, and the route they go with Bizarro I really like. This is the type of Bizarro I like in stories. The type of Bizarro where he wants to do good, but he can't help but, mess everything up. He's kind of like Homer if you gave him superpower. Oh no, better yet, he's more like Curly from the Three Stooges if you gave him superpowers. That's the better form. So I really like that they went with this route. The story is that Superman has Superman starts out and he shows Bizarro and creates Bizarro, helps and shows him to Bizarro World. Then, fast forward to a year later, we have this very hilarious scene with the Justice League fighting Grodd, Giganta, Deathstroke, Captain Cold, and Penguin. It's hilarious. Well, especially what Grodd's after. And also we get some more Justice League members. We get Plastic Man, Green Arrow, the costume they went with, the Lego form they went with for Arrow was the Stephen Amell costume. Yeah. I was like, oddly enough, I don't think Stephen Amell did the voice for Lego Green Arrow, which is actually probably for the best because he only has like 3 lines, maybe 4 max in this movie, so it probably wouldn't have been for it all, for anything. So it probably would have been pointless. It'd been about as pointless as having LeVar Burton do one line in. You guys remember back in Justice League Public Enemies when LeVar Burton was announced to play Black Lightning, but then he only had one goddamn line in the movie? Yeah. So it probably would have been the same thing. It would have been like, why'd you even get him if he only had 3 lines? But anyway, I digress. The other major subplot in this movie is that Batman still doesn't trust Superman, and it gets to the point where it's ridiculous, but obviously it's a Lego movie, so there's supposed to be some ridiculousness in here of Batman just not trusting Superman. So I kind of thought it was fun, but it did grate on my nerves sometimes. Like, okay, that's a joke. Okay, I get the joke. Batman doesn't trust anybody. He doesn't trust Superman because he's super powerful. I get it. But yeah, like I said, this was very misleading because Bizarro shows up. He creates the Bizarro League from from Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. Let me say this: it's not Hal Jordan; it's actually Guy Gardner. Yeah, it's Guy and Cyborg. So it's a little different Bizarro League. So it's also cool to see some voice actors who you know and love to play these characters. Like, I actually really like Diedrich Browder as Guy Gardner. I know he played Guy in the Green Lantern animated series, and Carrie Payton, of course, is Cyborg. Now, if only we could get him to play more serious Cyborg, like he did in, the Teen Titans animated series and Injustice. But those are kind of like the voices I imagine when I'm reading comic books. I kind of imagine Diedrich Browder as Guy Gardner and Carrie Payton as Cyborg when I'm reading comics. So it's always, having said that though, it always is kind of fun to see them do, voices for these characters, no matter how a little ridiculous it is. Anyway, so it turns out that, like I said, the title of this movie is pretty friggin' misleading because it's the Justice League, Superman and Batman. Let me back up for a second. Sorry for a second, but let me back up. Now I'm getting tongue-tied, sorry. Superman and Batman discover that the reason why Bizarro created the Bizarro League was that Darkseid was actually harvesting these weird crystals that could actually nullify people's powers, except Superman's, for some reason they never really get into. And it turns out that, yeah, Bizarro created the Bizarro League to help him defend Bizarro World from Darkseid, who's played by Tony Todd. Which I was like, huh, okay. Always cool to see Tony Todd get some stuff in here, get some work done. So yeah, we had Lego Darkseid in here, and for what it is, they don't really have Darkseid play any, like, even though it's a comedy movie, they don't have Darkseid do any comedic lines, which would probably be for the best, because I don't think, I can't imagine Tony Todd saying weirdiation, which is the type of radiation they name the radiation coming off the crystals. But anyway, so yeah, once again, the title's pretty misleading, and there are some really sweet moments, like when Bizarro says to Superman, the reason why you don't like, you sent me here is because you're embarrassed by me. I'm paraphrasing. But yeah, he pretty much says to Superman, you were embarrassed by me, so you sent me off rather than help me. And there's a great moment later on in the movie where Superman admits, yeah, we're brothers, and I'm always going to be there for you. So I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And I really like these Lego movies. This one and the Batman Beleaguered one was pretty fun. I didn't do a review on that one because I didn't know what else to say about it, but this was a lot of fun. It's not a long movie. There are some nice jokes here and there, and again, it should have been called something else, like maybe, The Rise of the Bizarro League, or The Rise of, I don't know what else you could have called it without, giving away that Darkseid was the real big bad, but I don't think you should have called it Justice League versus Bizarro League, because there wasn't really any versing to go on. Anyway, I'm repeating myself. But regardless, I'm actually really looking forward to the next the Lego DC superhero thing, because I'm really curious to see what they're going to do, because the thing they left off with is the introduction of Martian Manhunter, and I'm really curious to see how they're going to do this kind of story. I don't want to spoil it. I really don't want to spoil what exactly what they plan on doing with Martian Manhunter, but I'm really curious to see how they're going to do that, especially in the Lego movie, and how they left that off. So, yeah. Again, this is not a long movie. It's about 40 minutes, so it's probably going to be on Cartoon Network as well. It's probably going to be I would venture a guess that this is going to be on Cartoon Network somewhere later on in the year. If not, I'd be surprised. But I don't know if I would suggest buying this unless you're a diehard Lego fan and DC Comics fan. I mean, if it's on Cartoon Network or some other site, or you can find it online, I would say watch it there. But yeah, it's entertaining. It's pretty entertaining. It's a lot more entertaining than the past few DC animated films. But that's just my opinion, granted. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this review, and I'm out.